Relationships when kids don't want to be there. I've definitely been there. With ELD, especially the older you get, there are kids who are like, I'm done with this, even though they're not. Um, one of the things that I would say, first of all, is know that you can't be everything to everybody. And so accept that you are loving your students. You are going to try and engage with them. You are going to try to welcome them. But you may not 100% succeed at that goal of having them be so excited to be in your class. And that is okay. That does not mean you failed. Frankly, we have things that God asks us to do that we aren't 100% excited about. And our job is to do them and hopefully ask Him to work on our heart and change it. But doing them and them being in your class, that is a step in the right direction. But we obviously want to be in relationship with them and have them understand the love we have for them as well. So one of the things that I work hard on is when I have kids who are particularly like, "Nah, I don't want to be here." I really try to engage with them as people in ways that are entirely outside of the class itself. And so, one of the stories I've shared repeatedly is one of my students who was particularly like that, in part because ELD K through 5, like I have a ton of my kids for 6 years. It's great. It's one of the things that I really loved about ELD. Um, and so, yes, are some of them a little bit whiny by the time they get to fifth grade about the fact that they're still there? Uh-huh. But we also have built up so many years of relationship that they like me and they like being with me, even if there's a little bit of like meh associated with it. This kid was new to me halfway through fifth grade year, and so I had none of that. And he did not like being there. And frankly, he was very close to exiting ELD amongst a group of kids who were not. And so it was hard for him. And so I worked really hard to just pour into the things that he loved. And I found out he loved soccer and he was the captain of his team and he designed their team uniform. And so every time I could, we talked about soccer as he was entering, as he was exiting, as he was transitioning, as I saw him approaching that crankiness level of wanting to refuse. Like I would just bring it up as just an often, hey, I remember you had a game yesterday. Did you guys win? How'd you do? And so we just have a really brief interaction about something that I knew would get him excited. Now, when he went back to the work, was it all of a sudden like, oh, I'm so happy to be here? No, it never was. He never was super happy to be there, but he knew I remembered the things that he loved. He knew I cared about him as a person, and we made progress. And frankly, we don't like all the things we're asked to do. It was okay with me that I was not his favorite part of the day. I just wanted to make sure that I was helping him in the ways that it's my job to help him and showing him that I care about him as a person as well. And I felt like I succeeded at that. It wasn't the warm fuzzies that I would have loved to end the year with, but finding those connection points that are completely aside from your teaching and your instruction, I think is really one of the keys to building relationship. And Linda talks about a 2 by 10 method that she's used. 2 by 5? I don't know. My brain's a little tired today, but I'll find that link as well and put that in there too. What about you, Ashley?
Yeah, I was going to say so. A couple years ago at my school, we did lit training with Love and Logic. And basically, he said almost exactly the same thing. He said, you just practice, you pick a kid, and every day, 60 seconds, I noticed that you doodled on your notes. I noticed that. I noticed, just notice. You don't even have to say that you liked it, which I do because I'm a warm, fuzzy person. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your flowers. But that's my personality. So don't do that if that's not your personality. But, he's like this older gentleman. And so he's just like, I noticed. But just noticing things about them as people, like, I noticed you got a haircut or those are new shoes, aren't they? Like, just noticing things about them that are like people oriented, not content oriented, not school oriented makes a world of difference. And I did this with a student who came to our school, didn't want to be there, thought he was way too cool for us, and had cute. He was just pride up to here. He knew everything. He just thought the teachers were dumb, the students were dumb, everything was dumb, and it worked. It was like chipping away at an ice block, though. It took time. It took time. It took just, and it took sincerity because those are the types of kids that can smell insincerity from a mile away. So you can't be like, I really don't care. And I actually think your shoes are ugly. Hey, Joaquin, nice shoes. Like, no, it's got to be like you genuinely see, like, I'm like, whoa, those are cool kicks. Like, it's got to be real and it's got to be from you as a person. So just, and the other thing is to like remember, like, of course they don't want to be in math lab. I like try to picture them when they're, I'm like, imagine in 20 years from now when they're an adult. Like, what are they going to want to remember about stupid old boring math lab? Even when you're like, you are being, frustrating and difficult. And like someday they're going to have moved past that. So what story are they going to tell about math lab? How are they going to describe how they felt in math lab? Not how they felt about math, how they felt in math lab with you. So just remembering they're people and you're a person. So just people at them for a little bit, and take your time. It's going to take time. It's not going to be fast. It'll be really slow, but just trust the process, and small and consistent it will make, I promise you, it will make a world of difference.